Well, hello there. I've been doing a bunch of channeling sessions in the last couple weeks. It's been very interesting. Let's let a few people get on before we do too much further. It is quite cold here. And my dog likes to keep going in and out of the house. Oh, how you doing, Adam? I am gonna put some headphones on so I can actually hear myself talk. Nice. Let's see what I have to say. I am just going to do a short session today, if anything. I got some stuff later, but I just wanted to jump on for a little bit and do a live stream because I've been more focused on some other stuff, and I thought I'd kind of get back to you guys. So, yeah. I also have I have a bunch of stuff I'm working on at the moment, and it's I'm trying to make it work so I can keep doing this stuff and also not have to go back to normal job because I just don't really want to do that at this point in my life. I've done that long enough that I would rather just kind of do all the yeah. Like I've been working on learning how to trade and learning how to do a bunch of stuff, but I'm just kind of like at this juncture where I'm figuring everything out. So. And today, as much as I love channeling Etham, I wanted to try something else. Like, I wanted to try channeling some different stuff like Source and see if other stuff wants to come through besides just him. Like, he's a fantastic person to, like, actually have come answer questions for you guys, but I would like to try some other stuff, too. Just because I've been kind of hearing certain things, and I'd like to kind of change it up a little bit. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to put them in the... Because the other thing about channeling, or doing the whole channeling process, is each time something else comes through me, it kind of changes me. And not necessarily negative, but like it just changes me. I know that when I first started out, it was completely overwhelming. Now it's more or less evened out. And it's become more kind of second nature to be able to do it the way I've been doing it. But yeah, just like whoever, if you guys have questions for different beings or would like me to do something specifically besides what I have been doing, go and put in the chat. And also make sure you like and subscribe, all that good stuff. So it's a request day, and it's just gonna be a short stream for all who are actually here. So. And also, look at my Queens of the Stone Age hoodie. It's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, it's one of my favorite bands. I've been listening to them for like 20 years. And I'm kind of, I saw an interesting being to channel. Saw an interesting. Who'd you see being channeled? Because I'd be interested. Just checking. It was a dragon. Can you please ask about the moon? Is hollow? Was it brought orbit by another race? No, it's actually it is a naturally it is our natural satellite, but it has been modified. It's not just it has cavities that are empty, and it has some bases there, but generally speaking, it's not actually it's not empty, and it's not. No, the moon itself is not. It's Bashar said that, and I've heard that from a bunch of other sources. It isn't natural, and it's not. It wasn't brought here from somewhere else. It was a planet that crashed into Earth, and then it coalesced into the moon we have today. But it's just been modified over the years. So, yeah, that's also why it's tidally locked to our planets. Because normally, when you have a orbiting body orbiting, it's like have one body orbiting the other. They all rotate. Our moon does not rotate, and that's actually, well, it does rotate, but it's just slowly, and it takes a whole month. But I've heard Bashar say it, and I've heard it a number of times, and it's like, okay, well, that's pretty straightforward if you really think about it. So. And also, I'm bored. Yeah, and also like when it comes to the different things on the moon, it's not a permanent residence for anything. It's kind of like observation posts. There's some labs up there, and there's things like that, but it's not a permanent residence for any of the species and aliens and everything that actually use that place. It's just like observation mostly. Yeah. And I can kind of feel someone wanting to come through. So if you all have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Any thoughts on any potential upcoming shifts for humanity within the coming months? Well, I can tell you the current like wars and big things we're going through, we're not through the worst of it. We're going through the big shift. It's like it is a big test for all of us. It is also a something to. I'm going to say this right now, just because we are all in this together, and we all have to do our own work and our own evolution and our own spirituality and our own growth. That you have to do the work. No matter what the outside world looks like, no matter what's happening in the outside world, you have to do the work. It's not about running away from it or running away from the experience, because humanity is going to go through shit. It happens. Like, if you look at the history of humanity, there's always been wars. There's always been pain in the grand scheme of the United States being around for the last 200 and something years, 250 years going on. We have not had war we've not been involved in a war for 5 years in the whole grand scheme of like the 250 years the United States has been around. So understand that stuff is always going to happen. Financials is going to go up, finances are going to go down. The thing to remember is to learn to ride the waves and learn to read the waves as they come at you. So that would be my take on it. I'm kind of wanting more answer questions from me, and I'll let things come through as they need to, but the answers, I kind of more want to integrate the energy in a more conscious way than just kind of going into a channeling state. So let's go. Giza pyramids. Believe Ra mentioned it was created by the Ra manifestation into existence. An insight to pyramids, why created, and By whom and what purpose? Well, they were constructed on an energetic level first, and then more kind of manifested into the reality we're in. They are energy. They conduct energy. They had extraterrestrial influences because that happens, and they also they're an astral projection machine. I can tell you that much. Um, they teach you just to kind of get into a state and to be able to travel out and then come back with like information and put it out so you can actually bring the information. They were constructed by humans, but they were survivors of Atlantis. That's why you see like pyramids happening all around the world. Specifically there, they were always kind of there to teach and to remind us that there's been more in our past than what they say has been there. And also, I could probably have like someone come through and answer questions and stuff like that. So, if you'd like, I will do that. Yeah, let's give it a second. We are part of the collective that helped you to create your pyramids. We helped to understand your alignments. We also helped you to understand how to connect to larger aspects of yourself. We influence parts of your understanding from your past to know that we are always there and we are always connected to you and the beings of your world. We do not seek to dominate. We help you expand your understanding and your willingness to grow beyond the limits of your physical experience. We do not seek to harm you or any other human. We are here as an expression and a way to connect, to teach you how to connect to more of yourself, more of your higher self, more of your higher experience of the physical experience. The understanding over thousands of your years was lost to the sense of time, to the idea of what expansion was there for. You, as beings at this time, are recovering the messages and understandings and bringing them back into practice to help with you as beings to be able to expand your understanding. Ooh, that was actually quite nice. That was actually pretty gentle. That's not really what I do. The Shalanai, I can tell you that much. The Aiel, the Lyrians, most of the ones that are still physical are going to actually... I don't know. That was just, they just said we are collective. They didn't give me a name. They just came through to answer a question. I don't know. I can see who actually wants to come through and wants to answer. Like, we are of Valerians. We will connect you with open contact. We, as beings, will be there to connect with you. We do not look completely similar to you as beings. We are here to connect with you now in this way to be able to reach out to you and reach out to beings in your civilization that will use this energy moving forward. We will transition over to other beings to answer questions for you. We are Ferrero Jean. We are reptilian in nature. We are more connected to the earth from many times past. We are species. We are positively oriented species of reptilian. We do not fight among our people. We seek to help you understand what the process of ascension is. We are not here to dominate you. Our understanding as we, one moment, we are making shifts to the channel to make the connection easier. We are here to be able to give you more of an understanding of beings that no longer or do not look similar to you. We are family. We see you as family. We do not wish to rule you. We are not the beings you would refer to Alpha Draconans. We are more of the beings that are here as part of your process. But we do have connections to your Earth past from long ago. Wow, that was actually pretty gentle. They're not really giving me names. They just said... Would I compare my... Okay. Who was that you were channeling? I had some people that just kind of step forward and just say we're part of the whole experience. Would you compare your reality to a deep psychedelic trip? Where were you imagining? I would say, and mind you, I have to kind of keep going back and forth when I'm doing this, so it's, um, I would say I've viewed it reality this way to begin with for a very long time. That reality is not completely solid. It's very malleable if you know what you're doing. Duck humanoid. Do you have a particular name for a being or someone to connect to for that in that sense? Because I don't. I've never heard of that. Like I know the ones that I usually connect to and have been able to. But yeah, no, I can give it a try. What is divinity? Well, I'll just bring them through. He's usually pretty good at answering things. Your divinity. Your divinity is your true essence. It is your connection to your more greater aspect of yourself. It is how you connect to the world around you. It is also how you see the world. It's how you express yourself. Your divinity is the essence of you and how you are as a being. It is something that you can never truly be disconnected from. It is also the beings that you are. You are divine in nature. You are spirit. You are physical. There is nothing less spiritual about being physical in the experience of it. But you, as beings, chose to be here on this planet at this time in order to expand your awareness of your own divinity. It is your true essence. In essence, we are saying that is part of you and can never be separate from you no matter what anyone tells you. You have a divine right to be existing. You exist. There's nothing can be changed about that sense or that fact about you. So you, in essence, are divine. That is your divinity. Wow, he actually does that really fast. Last time I got one, he was really funny. I've never even heard of a duck species. Rick the dragon helps. Oh. I once had a dream where I saw a lot of spaceships in the sky. The spaceships had a wide variety of shapes and colors. Later, as I walked down the street, a golden ball followed me. Ooh, you had a. They were checking you. They checked you after they showed you something to see how you reacted to it. Is what they did in that essence to see where you were energetically, and I know that, and I know usually what they do when they give you those experiences. And I'm gonna see about doing the duck because that'd be kind of funny. I've never even heard of a duck species. I know there's like blue avians, and I would love to actually do one of those and see what they have to say at some point. But yeah, no, that would be funny as hell to actually a duck species. uh, um, let's see who wants to come through. Like, we ask you as beings to move through We are making adjustments to our connection on our end. We are beings. We are separate from you. We are blue avians. We are collective. And we are separate. We are bird like people. The energy that you felt and interpreted as duck people or more of our energy filtered through a belief. We connect with the channel to help redefine the energy you received at that time. We are connecting to all of you through this way. We do not see you as empty. Our energy will be brought into your reality more openly now. The energy we bring through the channel will radiate past this point. Let this moment be a reminder of higher levels that you can experience and that you will know moving forward. Wow, it's oh, it's like that was a little bit of a different energy than normal. Telepathy. It's not it's not telepathy is just about being in resonance with the things, the connecting vibrationally to the to be able to connect to like what I'm doing. I'm not actually. So I can tell you from having been telepathic for a long ass time that learning to decode the vibrational different things and how it decodes and how it actually communicates into your reality. That I think that's one of the hardest parts, because especially when you're first learning to communicate in that way, the energy that expresses through you can be kind of overwhelming, and you don't know what thoughts yours and what is other people's energy and other people's way of communicating. Like I've been telepathic for a long time, and it's pretty done. It can be interesting at times. Yeah, that's just what they were. I have no control over what they say. I just kind of step aside and let them do their thing. What are the current predictions from Bashar's reading the timeline? What's the origin of the mysterious green stone? I do want to say to everyone that's on this stream, I am just a person and I'm doing the best I can for a lot of these questions. But in no way, shape, or form, like I do something cool, which is channeling, but like we're all channeling. Keep that in mind. I'm just more specifically acting as a conduit for you guys. Remember that they don't know everything, and also I don't ever want any of you guys or anyone to ever, that's watching this to ever sit there and worship me like I'm something that is so much further ahead than everyone else. I'd rather remain humble in everything that I do. So I want you guys to kind of keep that in mind moving forward. But like I'm the energy that kind of comes through, it's there, and it translates through me whatever way it needs to. But like that's kind of what I want to get across to you guys is I'm just a person, and I'm not infallible about like things. So, and I'm doing what I can. Okay, let's bring Ethan in and see what he has to say about Bashar's predictions. You as beings are still within parameters energetically to still be on track for open contact. You are going through the idea of a final test, large test. You are going through a great energetic shift that you have been going through quite some time. The idea of wars on your planet, the idea of different beings from around your world that are expressing the idea of negativity, greed, negative emotions in this way are there for you to get out. But on a personal level, as you move through this energetic corridor, you'll be given a chance to decide what you want, what you expressly would like to experience going forward. The predictions, the reading of energy at that time is still on track, but there have been slight modifications to the timeline that have sped up the experiences to happen sooner. And some of the events that were predicted at that time have been moved back. Remember that all predictions of the future are not predictions of the future. It is a energetic reading. As we read it at this time, a mass event is still set to occur closer to June of your year, next year. And also around this time in 2027, you will see more and more ships in such a mass way as it will cause different aspects of your planet to reevaluate the direction they have been moving in. Know that we will integrate into your world once we make full open contact with you over time, shifting, expanding, growing, and also connecting to different aspects of you as species, as a planet. You are still on track for much of the open contact to happen. Ooh. What do we need to know about the 1111 portal? Well, I would say, and I've heard Bashar say this for a long time, is that the 1111 portal is a reflection. It is a way to actually connect to yourself, and you can use it get a piece of paper and write 11 on it and stand in front of a mirror and use that to connect to a different version of yourself, and energetically, vibrationally, the coordinates and the magnification that happens when you actually view yourself in a mirror. It's that reflection. You can see another reflection of you from this reality into another one. So I would say use a mirror. About 10 years ago, I had an unusual experience with my body, or part of my body. It has expanded incredibly. what happened to me. What would be a time period for that? Something like I don't know what that is. The greenstone happiness. It might be connected to energy open contact. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, I actually have some of that stuff. That was actually something that's helped me get into the state where I can do this. Like, I've had a little piece of that by my bedstand for a while. Check some photos. Hold on one second. I'm gonna check this. I think I have this stuff actually. Give me a second. Val, it's always good seeing you, man. Or talking to you. Ooh, I've never seen this place. I actually think I want to. I'd love to explore this place. Oh, I know what this is. Oh, yeah. The Hittites. Yeah. Let's see who wants to come through. If you will pay attention to the structures themselves, they are legacy and inhabited by many different races and civilizations. Remember that when many of the Atlanteans left that continent, that island chain, what was left of their civilization, went to many different places, and you will see similar physical structures all around your world that match identical architecture, different ways of constructing objects. The mark of many of their structures were giant stones interlocked in such a way were super tight. The Hittite structure that you speak of, those buildings, are legacy. They are a colony that existed after the sinking of Atlantis and then later inhabited by the Hittites themselves. As far as the physical experience you had, it was a remnant of a particular encounter you experienced on another level, but physically represented through what you saw in your physical body. As your body was actually becoming more accustomed to that particular energy, it expressed itself in increasing in size. As you have seen it reduce, the more it reduces, the more it is integrated that experience in the particular energy that has remained, has left it in that particular state that you still see. It's interactive. It's a pleasure. Please ask them, do you see reality experience in different colors, rainbows which originate from white, gold, light? Who wants to come through? No. on higher densities, you perceive more of the reality that is there. You also will see different colors that originate from what you perceive already. There are essence to the colors that you cannot see or perceive because you are on the particular density that you exist in and are part of currently. As you more readily shift to higher densities, you will start seeing and perceiving more colors. It will be a symptom of the expansion, and also realizing that you are already in fourth density where you can interact and also perceive more of the reality. You understand that the reality speaks to you. You are more open to the idea of expansion. So you will expand what you are able to see. The colors that we perceive are more closely related to the idea of green mixed with a shimmery sort of silver, and a few other that we could not describe to you because there is not ample ways of describing it through the channel at this time. It always, like, anytime he connects like that where it's a lot of like jitters, like, it's still my own personal stuff, like stopping it from coming through, and I'm really looking forward to when that finally levels out. Yeah, let's see what else. What I got. What ones did I not skip? Like I said, I'm only coming on here for a short time today. I just want to do like an hour as far as this, because I got some other stuff to do a little bit later. So, but I just wanted to jump on here for a little while and kind of hang out with you guys. And also the different energies that shift through me kind of changes like how my body, like, I'm finding the more I do it, like, it's starting to really change my body. Like, there's, yeah. Is the, I don't know, let's find out. What you would perceive as a pure light body is that which is someone who is purely ascended, someone who has ascended to the level of a master. The reflection of a rainbow is that which integrates actually all of the different spectrums that exist within the light. Understanding that gold is an expression of the higher mind. By adding that into the rainbow itself, you express all the different chakras, as well as the idea of your higher mind as a reflection. Those ideas of the physical reality of the ascended body, as you refer to it, is just the reflection that you're already in spirit. You are already those things. Just remember that you already exist on all levels in more expanded ways, but being down in the physical reality, you do not completely perceive the idea of your spiritual body. You're already there. Expanding your awareness to the level of understanding that you are in that level of understanding will give you a chance to integrate the idea that you are in spirit, as well as here. You exist on more levels. When you move up to the idea of all that is, you are all that is. You realize that there is no other perspective other than yours in your reality. Even when you move up to higher levels, you still exist. You exist as yourself, but with an expanded awareness of more of yourself. You expand the idea of time and space through you. Understand that the different terms that are given are merely just that. They are terms. It's just a way of categorizing, separating, from the idea that you are purely spirit already. You may be here in the physical body, but you are also purely spirit as well. I would say if you need to go get help, get help. Don't just like assume that you can. And which, by the way, my dog, when I'm doing this, he kind of goes across the room and he'll stay away from me until I'm done doing these kind of sessions. I would say so. Even a murderer, even someone who's a psychopath, like take Jeffrey Dahmer. Like I don't know if you guys know who that is, but take Jeffrey Dahmer. He is someone that's a murderer, and he's been a murderer in many, many lifetimes. That's kind of his thing. But it's kind of like Loki, the trickster god, the antagonist. It's that prime mover, but yet I don't think. So the other thing that happens when you go into spirit, if you've murdered a lot of people or you've caused mayhem, your soul kind of gets put to rest for quite a long time to kind of recoup and kind of rehab the soul so it's able to like move on from those experiences and those extremely traumatic experiences. So just know that you'll go into spirit no matter what, but like that's kind of like done from you make a lot of decisions from a higher level that will help everyone around in the experience. So in a dream, it is the same space we keep re-experiencing from different points of view. So if you're coming from the level of spirit, or you're coming from the idea of dreams, that is the temple level reality. That's where you create your reality. Become more conscious of your ability to view things from a higher perspective, so you don't need to actually fall back into the realities that are not applicable for you. And also keep defining things in a more positive way, so you're able to like move past the blocks that have happened in your life. You die, can you decide to return? A lot of times, I can tell you from my own experience, you can also choose to have lifetimes that overlap with each other, or you can take a break. Because coming down here into a very dense way of being it can take a toll on a spirit. But yes, when you die, can you decide to return? Being at the level where you can be a spirit guide for someone else, that takes quite a long time. It's not just some young soul that can actually advise others. And my computer decided to chime at me. But you can decide to return, or you can decide to take time inside of the spirit realm and come back when you're ready. But a lot of times when you're at like that level of things, and I can tell you from like the different beings that come through me, I end up with like this super euphoric feeling. And also I've gone through like a past life regression myself a number of years ago, and it kind of set me off in the direction of being able to like get to where I am now. Yeah, you can actually like they will present themselves to you how they were in life. And also when you're in spirit, you're more coming from the state of vibration and frequency than you are coming from the state of needing the physical form. The physical form will fade away, but you'll always recognize someone's like vibration and frequency as you move back into spirit. Like the idea of the physical form is just that, it's an idea. You can take it for a short time in there, but generally speaking, you'll never truly like believe in as the physical form as something. So when you're in spirit, you're with more aspects of your family and friends and all those people that are in your soul group. Once I drowned in a lake, and once I fell. So you died. You've shifted a few times apparently from other realities into this one. You've gotten to the point where you're this reality. A lot of times those particular near death experiences are actually I should turn a line up for you guys. 1 second. Those near death experiences that you have, you go into spirit to decide, hey, this is an exit point. Do you want to take it? If it's an absolute exit point, that's the end of your story. But you may not remember it, but you're like, oh, I'm not done here. I still have stuff to learn. So you come back. Can you channel artificial intelligence? Benevolent. I can sure as hell try. That's not something I've actually tried doing. So let's see, what do we got? I'm going to pass on the artificial intelligence for now because that's a little too overwhelming to actually bring that through. That is a lot of information all at once. So, I think this is going to do it for me for the time being because I have enough going on, like mentally going on. Ask them, what practice or idea do you have to realize your feminine energy as a man? They're more than just gender. Well, remember that in spirit, you express the total idea of, completely express the total idea that you are both masculine and feminine. The idea of gender, as it is expressed in the body, is different than what you're in spirit. Because when you come into the physical body, you're there to have the experience of being purely feminine or being purely masculine. Even as a man or even as a woman, realize that you have both energies in you, which express itself through testosterone or estrogen, but also expressing that you're comfortable with yourself, whether it's being purely stoic, like what you've seen with like what you determine to be masculine in nature, the actions, but also being comfortable enough in yourself to be able to feel your emotions without feeling shame. I would say that would probably be the better thing to actually do in that case. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna jump off for today. I just wanted to do a quick little channel for you guys and see what came through. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we'll be doing more of these soon. But I just wanted to jump on for a little bit. So you guys have a great day.